Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it because everyone asked for this 1,000,000,000 times. Your favorite guest, I think, ever is back. Yes, we are recapping the second part of the RHOBH reunion, Miss Kathryn Edwards.
Hello, how are you?
Good. And I'm not like, you saw some of there was a gazillion comments on YouTube, my DMs, Instagram. People are like, please, please, please recap all the parts of the reunion with Kathryn. Please have Kathryn back once a week. Please make Kathryn a permanent guest. Please find another show for Kathryn to watch. I'm not kidding you. It went on and on and on. I'm not just saying that.
Because I think we have very good chemistry.
I think we have really good chemistry too. And I'm not just saying that. Like we're just good together.
We just can shoot the breeze.
Exactly. And I think that you're an insider, you've been there and you have good opinions and you are smart and intelligent about what you say.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So what has been up? So there's been a lot of positive stuff.
There's what? Say again.
There's been a lot of positive stuff. Everyone was very happy with everyone. With everything you said, more or less people were happy. Now I wanted to talk, but basically people want you back full time forever. But let's talk about, do you want to address everything online? Like you said, you want to address some of this stuff.
Yeah. The only thing that I like after this, I mean, everything's been great and whatever. I mean, people are entitled to their opinions just the same as you and I are. But the one thing that kind of chapped my hide a little bit was that the context of our discussion about Garcelle and Renna, when Garcelle said that she had heard that Renna said that, she didn't want to have any type of race discussions on the show. It wasn't that kind of show. Reality blurb, Julie Cronin, if I'm not mistaken.
Lindsay Cronin.
Lindsay Cronin said,
who does cover this podcast a lot. So, I mean, that's how I know her, but go on.
Lindsay, I did not shade Garcelle in any way, shape, or form. All I said is that I didn't know if Renna said it. I believe that someone told Garcelle that. I just didn't know if I believed that whomever it was that told Garcelle was telling the truth or was repeating it like, if anything was said. You don't know. And so I don't know, maybe Garcelle's friend, whomever she heard it from, if it's a friend, not a friend, whomever, when it's third hand and if someone's telling you something and you don't know, I just feel like you kind of have to, I don't want to always say give the person the benefit of the doubt, because if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. But I was saying in the moment for me, I don't think that that's something that Renna is. I don't think she's a person that would say those things. But I think in the context of it, it was brought to my attention and I heard that Garcelle is definitely entitled to have those feelings. And I think if I were her, and I didn't look at it when I made the comment, just that I didn't know that it was true. I didn't look at it in the comment as, if I didn't look at it through the lenses of Garcelle. If I had heard something like that, how I would feel about it and how I would want to question it and why she waited until the reunion to bring it up, because she didn't want that to be her storyline. She didn't want to have to make that, something that was talked about on the show, because she's this beautiful woman with a full life, kids, she's busy, she's got a great career. Why does it have to turn into that? So, but I feel like it was worthy for her to talk about it for sure. So Lindsay said that I shaded Garcelle, and that is not true. Not true, Lindsay. There was no shading going on. No.
Yeah,
I also didn't say that I also came to a physical, like that I was like ready to go fisticuffs with Erica. So I'm all for everyone, putting a title and a little caption out there to get people to look at it, but just keep it in the perimeters, because right now I feel like there's so much divisive stuff that's reported and you don't need to do it. This is just, this is a reality show that happens to be right now because of what we're talking about. It is real life and it's serious. But in regards to those things, come on, really?
Well, I didn't even see the part about the Erica. Yeah, I guess she said, so right, what was she implying, like that you shaded Garcelle? Like, it's a stretch because you said you weren't sure if the person who told her this really heard it from Rinna or something like that. I mean,
Right,
that's a leap.
right.
I have to say, see, this is what I love. Like, I agree with you because I agreed with you last week. I also wasn't looking at it through Garcelle's eyes of why you might wait. Now, this is what I love. If people are going to come at me, this is how I am online and say whatever, I'm going to tell you to fuck off. And I'm not even going to have a discussion with you. I'm not even going to listen because you're starting from a place of such negativity and using all sorts of words. I'm not afraid of you,
Right.
but you're like so far gone and so negative and you're an online troll that I will not engage.
Right.
You have someone like, I will call her out in a good way. I am Rachel on on my Instagram, who you were right there, who says, David and Kathryn, have you ever thought, like, as a Black woman, I am Rachel as a Black woman, that this might,
Or is it Rachel? It's Rachael. I don't know. Rachel. I don't know.
I thought it was I am Rachel.
Okay.
But maybe it's I am Raquel, but like she was saying, like, have you ever thought about it? Like, I'm like, huh. And I came to the same conclusion you did. Like, no one has forced me to be here at this decision, either of you. I'm like, this actually makes logical sense of why Garcelle would say, if I bring this up, race will now be my entire storyline. I agree with that.
Yep.
And why she also pointed out, like, maybe Garcelle was just so, I mean, it's so egregious to hear this that it takes you a minute to process this. And why wouldn't you bring it up at the reunion when you have everyone in front of you? Like, here's everyone, let's just address this. So I agree with you. I never would have thought of it that way. And this person on my Instagram, when she said, did you ever think about it like this? I had the same reaction you did. Like, because we're discussing this like adults, you're right. Like, I learned something in this situation, and that is what I loved.
Isn't that great though? Isn't it great that I'm Raquel or I'm Rachel came and said, think about it this way and said it in a nice way, agreeing, disagreeing with us and pointing it out, and you can have a discussion without the kind of shading and ugliness. I don't know. I felt like that really was a teaching moment for I am Rachel, for you and I, because I saw your response after mine. And I apologize. I said, gosh, thank you so much for pointing that out. I mean, I learned something, and it is a teaching moment. And this is how we all get better.
Totally. And like, for instance, like I had, like from New York, I had Ebony Williams. I don't know. Do you watch New York Housewives? You don't have to if you don't.
No, I've seen it. I didn't, we travel a lot. And so if I can like download some of it onto my iPad, then I'll do it and I'll get caught up, but it always comes in the ranking of what other shows I'm trying to watch. I'm not a TV watcher.
Well, nobody watched it this past season, apparently, but I had like Ebony Williams and Heather Thompson, two people that had this issue on, the TV. I had them both on my podcast separately. And I told both of them, like, I actually learned something. I mean, I've had Ebony on twice, like from watching New York Housewives this season, like literally, I don't have to say that. Like, I literally learned things that I'm like, I never understood this. I learned terms I've never heard of before. And I'm like, this all makes sense. Like, and that's what I love too. It's like, we can have a discussion and like, I truly can see why this would be offensive. I didn't mean, or you didn't, but like, you learn of like, putting myself in like Garcelle's shoes, this actually makes complete sense. That's what I thought was great about these comments from I Am Rachel. It wasn't, if it, because there was other shit on YouTube and I'm like, I won't even engage, like, I'm not even going there. Like now this is like, anything I say, now you're a troll and like, we're going to go back and forth for 7 days. And that I don't do.